When life gives you a second chance, use it. I was at my last semester of Prepa at Prepa Tech Santa Catarina. I was 18 years old. I needed to pass all my classes. I had never failed a class. My first class of the day at that semester was my Italian class. Italian 6, I remember. I am the type of guy that can not wake up very easily. And at the Prepa Tech, you have a limit of 10 absences in all the semester. I didn't wake up early. There were like 2 months remaining of the class, and I was already at 6 absences. And before I knew, I was already at 10 absences. I was scared. I was terrified because I didn't want to fail any class. I never failed a class, never, in all the prep. And at the last semester of your Italian class, of your language class, you have the opportunity to make an exam that is called the PLIDA exam. This exam is like an enlace in Mexico, but the Italian one. And if you pass the exam, you extended the class. You get on the final exam 100 and automatically give you a passing grade. But I was not going to do it because I liked the Italian language, but I'm not really good at it. So I was like, no, I'm gonna pass my class. It's okay. I don't care. But one day I wake up. My class was at 7:30 a.m. I woke up at 8:45 a.m. I knew I was done. I went to my class, told my teacher, I'm sorry, I was late again. I'm sorry, I will not be late again. But she said, I have given you a lot of opportunities. That was your last. I'm sorry. You have failed my class. And well, technically, I didn't know, but when you fail when you pass off absences, you don't fail a class. You don't have the right to present the exam. So I asked my teacher, so what if I make the PLIDA exam and I pass it? And she said, well, that's an option. If you pass it, you pass the class. So I was freaked out. I was completely freaked out. I asked her for a tutor. He passed me the contact of a tutor. I called her. It was a man. He told me, yeah, I can study you. The exam was 3 weeks away. I was not prepared at all. Not prepared at all. He came to my class, to my house, and started giving me class every day, 3 hours a day, for 2 weeks. I work a lot. I work hard. I studied, and I keep trying. And finally, it was the day. It was the day that I made my exam. I never expected to pass it. But that day, that exact day, I said, you know what? I can do this. I can definitely do this. The exam consisted on 3 parts: grammar, listening, audio, and writing. I went to my class where the exam was taking place because it was at my school. I sit down. There were 2 professors at the room. They started talking to me, all in Italian. You literally have to speak in Italian all the time in that exam. The grammar test, I was doing it. I was not sure. A lot of multiple choice. And while you said multiple choice, you have 4 options. You get 1 out, you have 3. There are not even 50-50. But it's harder in Italian because when you don't know all the context of what you're reading, it's really hard. So I did my best, and I said, I don't know how to do it. The problem with this exam is that you needed to pass all the stages. You cannot fail one and pass 3 of them That's not how it works. On the speaking part, I nailed it. I did it perfectly. Perfectly. The writing, perfect. So I said, you know what? I think I can pass this exam. There were 2 weeks. No, it was less. They were no 2 weeks of class left remaining. And that time I didn't went to the class because I didn't belong in the class. So I didn't went and I was nervous. I called it off to the people of the exam asking for my grade. And they didn't have it, they didn't have it, they didn't have it. So 3 days before the semester ended, I called again. And then they said, we have the results already. And I told them, did I pass? They told me, no, we have the results. We don't look at them, we send it. And I was, oh, send it to my mail, this is my mail. I waited for the mail. I was on my mail 24 hours for that day. They never sent it. I was scared. Nervous and nervous. One day I wake up and I suddenly see balloons around my room. It just felt weird. It wasn't my birthday. I was not celebrating anything yet. I opened my eyes, and my parents were in my room, seated down beside me. And I tell them, like, what's going on? I don't understand. And they said that they called the school and they got a mail and they told me that I passed my exam. It was, I think, one of the greatest moments in my life. I'm that kind of guy that doesn't really studies because I don't know, it doesn't happen to me. That time I studied and I passed the exam. Perfect. 100 on the exam. Well, maybe 95. But I was really happy with myself. I went to my teacher and told him, to my tutor, he was happy for me. And from that day, I promised myself that whenever I need to be at one certain time, I was going to be at that time. Not other time, that time. And that's why I started with this phrase. When life gives you a second chance, use it. Because it's not every day. It's not every day that you get a second chance to use. Thank you.